Hi guys, how's everyone doing? I'm Monique, if I haven't seen you guys before. It's been a long time since I've done a live video, maybe a couple months. I was in San Diego and I was just in India, so it feels so good to be home. So hope everyone's doing well. We've had a lot of new people over to our Facebook page since I've been gone. So we're kind of doing the live today on some beginning floating stuff. It's how long and how often should I float? So if you have any questions about it, please ask, or if you have any tips and want to share anything, also ask that. I don't think that I can see your questions, but I will get to them as soon as this live video ends. And if you're watching this after the live ends, then keep asking them and we will be sure and get to them. So the first one, how long should you float for? Well, it kind of depends on why you're floating and what you want to get out of it. Usually for beginners, if you're brand new and you go to a float studios will usually give you a 1 hour time limit. However, we kind of like to tell people to start with 90 minutes just because if you're new to floating or if you find it hard to relax, which I find it hard to relax even in a tank sometimes, 90 minutes, that kind of gives you a little bit of leeway so you can settle in the first 20 to 30 minutes, really relax, let go of any stress, and then you can enjoy a full solid 1 hour float. So that's why we like to say 90. Especially if you're new, it just kind of gives you time to get comfortable, and then you can have a solid 1 hour meditative deep float. And if you're an experienced floater, float as long as you want. Sometimes it's nice to just go in there, see how long you stay in there, see what comes up for you, see like new places that you can get to, and yeah, so really just try experimenting. Even if you don't have a full 90 minutes, like an hour or a little bit is better than nothing, but 90 minutes is kind of our suggestion. So then the second question is, how often should someone float? And this really varies on what you're floating for. So one thing we do like to say is floating is kind of like going to the gym, and the more you float, the more often you float, the more you're going to get out of it. And so if you're floating every single day, you're going to see huge changes and huge benefits a lot faster than if you were just floating 1 or 2 times a week or 1 or 2 times a month. And also, if you're floating for chronic pain or anxiety or PTSD, you might have to float every single day to feel the benefits, and so you're not in pain or you're not feeling anxious all the time. But if you're floating for just general wellness or meditation or to explore different levels of consciousness, then maybe 3 to 4 times a week would suffice. And so really think about what you want to get out of your floats, what's your intention with floating, why you float, and then that can kind of help you decide how often you should be going. Also, so I did a 30 days of floating in a row last year, and it felt so good at the start, but by the end of the 30 days, floating every single day seemed like a lot. And after that 30 days ended, I was able to just float once a week to maintain where I was at, just in my wellness and in my health. So you might start off floating multiple times a week and then get to a good level where you're feeling good, not as much anxiety, not as much pain, or whatever reason you're floating, and then you may be able to scale back as time goes on. So yeah, just think about why you're floating and what your intentions are. And one more thing, I just lost my train of thought, but it was really good. Oh, okay, if you're brand new to floating, I would say try and go like 2 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week. I said this earlier, but floating is really like going to the gym. So the more you go, the more you're gonna get out of it. And so if you're brand new to the gym and you go do 1 killer workout a week, you're probably not gonna see as good of results if you just did 3 smaller workouts in a week. So try and go a few times a week if you're brand new and just feel it out and see how you like it. So yeah, okay guys, I will be monitoring this video throughout the rest of the day and throughout the weeks to come. So if you have any questions or any other tips, then just comment them below and we'll be sure and answer them. So yeah, okay, have a good day everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye.